Nerdy chicken math. Was you supposed to add, subtract, or multiply? I think it's multiply. Maybe I need to call Kevin. Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. I found something out today that just is going to be not a spur of the moment. I have been looking for a while, but in a roundabout story, you know how we've always told you, start small, don't overdo yourself at first. Well, this deal is coming up so quick, and I got to get it today, that I'm kind of going big. So today's motto is going to be go big or go home. I have been looking ever since we went up to Polyface farm. I've been looking for chickens, because that was one question I had for Joel Salatin, is how do you keep the flies down on your cow herd without spraying chemicals or whatever on your cattle? He said chickens. Chickens is the number one thing. They'll eat the fly larvae out of the manure, and they're also scattering that manure about. So I have come across the deal before that I come across a whole bunch of chickens at a really good price, and I have been scratching my head trying to figure out. I've been looking back everywhere I could think of to come up with the contact of the guy I got the deal from last year. It's actually almost 2 years ago now. Anyway, I have called countless number of friends and different places, extension offices, trying to come up with poultry houses, because that's what we done. We bought, I think it was 150 birds from a poultry house around Russellville. I just had a light bulb go off in my head today. Check Messenger. Facebook Messenger is where I contacted the guy. So I scrolled back and I was looking back, you can only guess, almost 2 years ago, looking through all them messages, but sorry about that cow. But I finally found it. Yes. Because most chickens that you're going to find are going to be, a cheap one is going to be $4. Normally they're going to be priced at about $8. So we're going to load these crates up and head to Russellville, and let's go get busy. Alright, so now you're probably wondering, why in the world are you hooking up to a stock trailer to go get a few chickens? Well, transporting this many chickens, we done it last time, and the stock trailer was just so much easier. We could put them in there. Another question you might be asking is, why in the world do you need so many chickens that you're putting them in a stock trailer? Well, looking at his farm, the way he was moving his chickens about, it's going to take quite a few chickens to cover a fairly large area where all these cows are moving around in each of these paddocks. But also in there, the way we do things on the farm is we like for the animals to pay for themselves, of course. We're in it for making money on the homestead. We've done videos on it. So I'm going to turn around and hopefully turn a profit on these to help pay for a lot of mine. But then I'll also be using them for fly control, and that in itself is going to pay for itself. Rather than using chemicals on our beef cattle, we'll have the chickens, and then again the eggs. So there's more, and it is, sorry about the bumpiness, this road is bumpy. But anyway, we'll get a little bit of footage if possible. It's starting to rain, so not sure exactly how much, and there's going to be a lot of work putting all these things in the crates, toting them out and putting them in the trailer. But we'll let you know how all this goes. The sun's going down. We are almost at location, but I think it's going to be too dark to film there because it's almost too dark right now. So we'll try to get footage tomorrow and show you what all we've got and kind of what I've got in my mind way back up in there. Just like I got plenty of time for this, I know that, but I got to do like my role model. Got to follow in his footsteps and see if I can get this whole thing set up. Be like another Polyface. Wouldn't that be awesome? Whew, that was a long drive over. I know it got late. We couldn't film nothing, but I had this opportunity. I'd been looking for a while and come across, I finally found the guy's number in my messenger. Called him, and last night was the last night to be able to come get birds. They were actually loading the birds all up to go to processing, where they process them for dog food, other things like that. But he said if I was gonna get any, I had to come last night, so what do? So we get there, we meet the guy, he takes us out to the chicken house, and out of his car pops 4 other guys, plus there was 3 other cars there. So we lucked out there. The last time we went and done this, there was him, me and Lane and Andrea to load up all the chickens we got last time. Well, this time there was probably 10 or 11 different guys. It was dark there, so they just shut the lights off in the chicken house, put some headlights on their head, put them on red, that way it didn't bother the chickens. And these guys would go in there and they would grab 10 chickens at once and come out the door. All we had to do was stand at the door and keep count on how many chickens was coming out the door that he was putting in the trailer. I actually lucked out. I wanted 225 chickens. They kept coming out the door, and I told the guy, I said, that's 230 right there. Well, 2 more guys come out with 10 more, so he threw 250 birds in our trailer. But that's gonna work out better. He didn't charge me for those extra ones. He said just in case any of them die on the way home, and which a few of them did. These birds, they're used to being in those chicken houses in a controlled environment, so I guess kind of like you can see behind me, this is kind of a shock to them being out on ground. When we got home, I opened up the trailer, and the next morning I let them jump out if they wanted to. Well, when I come home at lunch, there wasn't hardly any of them out, so I started pushing them out and getting them pushed out. I think I got the cart before the horse, because I was talking to Andrea on the phone. She's like, where are you gonna put them? I was like, I don't know, I didn't think that far ahead. I hurried up and got the electric poultry netting up. Lane put one on it, he thought worked. It didn't. So right now we have got free ranging chickens all around the yard, all out in here. That don't look like very many chickens, but oh yeah, right over here. Just a while ago, Lane got out and was gathering eggs, and I told him, I said, see if you can find some of ours. Said they're laying them here and there and everywhere. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. You'd think that'd be fun, but right here beside the house, there's chickens just scratching everywhere. There's one laying in the corner at the house. No egg. Huh, they laid one right by the back tire. I guess that chicken just laid an egg, and now the cat's wondering what in the world. Oh, no, they broke it. I've done a rough counting. There's probably close to 20 birds out. I found a battery operated charger that works. Is just finding a battery and getting it all hooked up. But I've got that hooked up. It's hot now, so I don't think there's any more getting out. These are learning to eat somewhere different than what they've grown up doing. But I know this don't look like very many chickens. Well, watch this. And Lane's already gathered eggs once, and I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10. Alright, that's not very many chickens either. Wait. Oh, there's chickens for days under their eggs too. So as I said, this is all inspired by Joel Salatin. After we visited Polyface farm and I asked him that one question about the flies and how he keeps them down on his cattle, this right here is what I wanted to do. What he recommended doing. What he also has is he don't use the poultry netting, which I'm doing that just to keep them in here. Because like I said, I got the cart before the horse. I don't even have a mobile chicken house ready yet. All I've got is the stock trailer, and I'm not going to use that. I do have access to another trailer a guy's given me. I got to put a floor in it and then build the house on top of it. I got to come up with nesting boxes. So that is another... This chicken's pecking my sandal. So that is another video to come up. We will be building one of them. Also, one thing about Polyface is everything they've got, it seems like, is named. I want to come up with a name for our mobile chicken house. I come up with maybe extravagant. I don't even like the thing that I come up with there. Lane come up with egg cart ton. Like, I ain't even got to explain that. There's all kinds of ideas out there, but I hadn't come up with a good one that I think sticks. So if you've got a good idea for our mobile chicken house, what we could name it, put it down there in the comments and let me know what you think we should call it. Because there is a bunch of birds here that we are going to have to get out. What do you think is in my sandal? Ow! So I've got to hurry up and get on that. That is going to be something coming up. We're cutting hay again. It's not near as thick and near as heavy as it was last time, but we do got that to get up. Might as well get it. It's there. Lord blessed us with 3 cuttings this year. We're going to take advantage of it and maybe have some extra hay just in case we have a drought next year. Oh yeah, something else we got going. Tomorrow is vaccination day. We got to get all the cows up, vaccinate them. We've got another group of heifers and steers that we're weaning off for the sale in December. Autumn is here. The tree is starting to change colors. We got lucky on the last little cold snap that come through. It did not hit our main garden. Praise the Lord for that. We also got to get some garlic in the ground. I don't know, there's a lot still to do. Oh yeah, one of the big things I'm working on right now is our side-by-side, our Kawasaki mule. All the U-joints went out in the rear axles of it, and I am trying to learn how to do that. Trying to compile a video together on that, because there is not one out there on YouTube. That's what I looked at YouTube for all the time back in the day, was looking for how-to videos. I always want to try to do things myself. Save $1 in this case, saving a couple $1,000 on doing it myself. Yeah, other than that, it's just normal life here on the farm, and work and grind. Appreciate y'all coming along. I got to get started on some of these other projects, and like I said a while ago, if you got any recommendations on what we should name our mobile chicken house, that these things are going to follow the cows through the fields, put that down there in the comments and let us know. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time, God bless.